Tonight, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Rothlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. Cody Parkey now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Heinz Field. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here are the Steelers making their way out, and with their longtime starter, Ben Rothlisberger, leading the way.
We talk so often about his physical attributes, of course, the Big Ben nickname, his ability to take hits in the pocket, his ability to extend plays and get outside of the pocket. But how about this for efficiency? Top 10 in career NFL passer rating. He's one of the top 5 winningest quarterbacks in NFL history. That's pretty darn good.
Now Rothlisberger on first down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit. Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench into what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
Is it okay if I give him a few props right here? Do you mind?
I think he's earned it. Go ahead.
Okay, how about a guy who was a 2-time walk-on, who later became a 2-time Big 12 Player of the Year, has the most touchdown passes in Big 12 history with 129, a Heisman Trophy into his credit, and took his team to the college football playoff semifinal twice while at Oklahoma.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And now running right through it and getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 15 yards on the play, first down.
15. And the Browns first down.
They run. Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
12 yards there and a first down. From the gun, Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Mayfield to throw it. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. T.J. Watt, the All-Pro, in there to take him down. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield looks to throw. Sideline throw, that's caught by Landry. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and this will remain a scoreless game. A 55-yard attempt, normally you'd say well within his range. A little surprised he came up short.
And he knew it immediately, didn't he? They are so calibrated, aren't they? They can tell the touch, the feel. When they put the foot to the ball, whether it's going to be good or not, he knew immediately he didn't have that one.
Holding offense. We can't have that.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Out of the gun, it's Rothlisberger. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rothlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up. Williams loses the football. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Intercepted by the Browns.
A call. Luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Rothlisberger, eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster, 34 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Kareem Hunt is running back, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now Mayfield. Forced out to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
At the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
Here's Mayfield. He finds an opening past the 40, and he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. Mayfield on target to Landry for a Browns first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Minka Fitzpatrick on the coverage.
On second down, Mayfield again. He'll get this into the hands of Hodge.
Mayfield's
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
He's going to look deep now for Landry. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on third down. And third down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a fourth down.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
their own 16.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 18-yard line.
From the gun, it's Rothlisberger. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
On third down, Rothlisberger. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
34-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with James Conner. And able to steer clear of that first tackler as he works his way forward for about 4. They'll come out on a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6.
39-yard line.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it.
Smith-Schuster. That's good for a Pittsburgh Steeler.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
The stop made
from the 25, here's 2nd and 6. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Steelers 7, Browns 0.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Play fake to Connor. Now Rothlisberger. That is caught at the 7. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Chris Boswell to kick.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
He was brought down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Cameron Hayward.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Mayfield on first down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
Mayfield able to find Hunt out of the backfield. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Following the penalty, Chubb. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 21-yard.
Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Complete to
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Running the jet sweep, Landry. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
second down and goal. Mayfield. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. T.J. Watt, his second sack of the night.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now Mayfield on third and goal. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Makes the score Steelers 14.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Steelers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
From the gun on third down, it's Rothlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sandejo. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's at the 30, the 20, 10, 5, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Steelers.
Short throw pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And it's 21-3. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Chris Boswell.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, 75 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going. He's only had a couple of carries. I mean, when you've got a horse like this, second quarter, got to start to ride that horse a little more, don't you?
You can't just neglect him. He's got to touch it, and often, in order to get maximum out of him. Typically, these types of backs, it's the accumulation of carries, and that's when you see the damage as the game goes on.
Yeah, let's see. They're going to try to get him into the flow, we would assume here. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
10 at the 35-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Rothlisberger. Johnson with a completion over the middle. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39. A good pick up there, 26 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game.
Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. The 30, past the 20, 10, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD.
Cody Parkey lining up for the exit.
Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
Set to kick off.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one, because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a one-score game.
Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again. And that'll bring up second down.
3-yard line.
Here's Rothlisberger. Back to Smith-Schuster, this time complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. Here's Rothlisberger to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again, it's Rothlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
To throw again is Rothlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ben to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times you just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
The quick slant caught. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Again, it's Rothlisberger. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. 3 first-half touchdown passes now for Ben Rothlisberger. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland.
And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
From the 31, Mayfield.
And it's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
And 4 yards to go.
Mayfield now. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
7 yards. Another 3 and out.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports halftime report. We just watched a very good first half out of the veteran, Big Ben. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
If these guys going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Strong safety, Sean Davis, there to break up that pass play. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's got his man, that's Landry. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot and they connected there and picked up a first down. That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Chubb. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Cleveland.
Mayfield hands to Chubb on the draw. And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That good for 19 and a first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Baker Mayfield with a touchdown pass to Austin Hooper. And the Browns have cut it back within a score.
Point conversion.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion. And now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum is sort of shifting the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up
throwing on 2nd down. Rothlisberger.
3-yard line.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He was covered by Denzel Ward.
Out of the gun, it's Rothlisberger. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to...
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. 20, 10.
This is too easy right here.
And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
Extra point now by Boswell. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken in the end zone and not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
5-yard line.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, That leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They run again with Hunt. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 8-yard line.
Both of them. Tackle. Check 52. Out. Let's go.
Here's Rothlisberger. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
They were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
On first down, Connor. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Rothlisberger. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. But I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming, oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30, and they should be able to go up and get it most of the time.
And he got it there. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Intended for Juju Smith-Schuster.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Check 93 the mic.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
They'll take over.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. They run it again with Chubb. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. They find some open field here. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. From the gun, Mayfield. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batting down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't we? And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. The touchdown pass, Mayfield to Landry. And the Browns are back within a score. So very late in the game here, but with that score, some light at the end of the tunnel.
There's still hope. Now they look at the score and say, hold on a second. This thing's not over yet. Let's keep battling.
Parkey with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Taken in at the 3. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
Ball carrier.
A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, backed up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They go play action now. Rothlisberger. And that is incomplete.
Rothlisberger's pass intended for Deontay Johnson.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football.
Now a hit and a loose football.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the receiving team.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Now a dump off here complete, and they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
On the play. First down, Cleveland.
Here's Mayfield. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make this a second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look down.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson.
Mayfield's pass
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground, and they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Connor. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Face mask. Defense.
Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Keep it up, guys. Show that bench release and go. Check 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Bring it. Check 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Here we go, D. Shit. Deuce. Follow.
Now it's Rothlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Able to convert on 3rd and 14, a terrific play call. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Connor, and he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 17-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
To James Conner. He was brought down.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Rothlisberger to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Intended for Deontay Johnson.
So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
32.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Now Mayfield and the Browns. Down by 5. 1:53 remaining. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And finding the tight end Hooper. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
So that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3.
How many people watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
What looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
On the return, the Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense.
They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game. In this sequence here, maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But
and a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Holding. Defense.
So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
they still had the option. But let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
And with that, the lead is up to 8. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Set to kick off.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Back to the air, Rothlisberger after the pick 6.
Completion here to Claypool.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
One last shot for Rothlisberger. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
By Denzel Ward.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Steelers.
Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh.